Hey folks, Hal Shurtleff and Reverend Stevie Kraft, my brother from another mother, here talking to you, and we are in the town of Milton, Massachusetts on the last day of November of 2018, and we are across from 255 Adams Street, and there's a significance to this particular address. This was the home of Dr. Clarence Gamble. Dr. Gamble was the president at the time of the Eugenics Society. He was an heir to the Procter & Gamble fortune. He was the grandson of Gamble, the co-founder. And in 1939, Margaret Sanger wrote him what's become a pretty infamous letter. But a little bit of background, this doctor was really committed to birth control. He no doubt was a racist. He believed certain races to be inferior. Interesting enough, he actually was involved in birth control places in Japan. He worked with Japanese officials and set up birth control clinics. He also pioneered the use of certain spermicides. So Reverend Kraft, who's been involved, he's a camp instructor, he's an author, a dear friend of mine, a very important part of our camp program. We're heading out to Pittsfield, Massachusetts for some events tonight and tomorrow, but I thought I'd take him here. Now, this house has got nothing to do with this letter. I don't know who lives there, but I thought it'd be a great backdrop. So, Doc, Rev, can you share with the viewers this letter you have in your hand?
Yes, viewers. And Brother Hal, this is very, very informative. Because as I looked at this beautiful stately mansion, not even realizing that that was the home back in the late 30s of Dr. Gamble, and that him and Margaret Sanger collaborated on this Negro project and how to basically deceive the black culture of that time with the idea of birth control. Those of us who don't know, Margaret Sanger was the founder of what we know today as Planned Parenthood. At the time she founded an organization, it was called the American Birth Control League. But as the name evolved into the Planned Parenthood, they have destroyed black, Hispanic, and white babies in the womb. The number is phenomenal. I'm reading this letter that my brother from another mother, the beautiful Hal Shurtleff, gave me. I'm not going to read the whole letter because some of it is just...
By the way, this letter, I can send you a PDF of a copy of the original. This wasn't some hoax. It's actually at the Smith College Library, where Margaret Sanger's papers are, Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts.
And that's good, Hal, because that will eliminate any people's ideas that this is just something that was made up. This is documented. I'm not going to read the whole letter, but I'm going to read two paragraphs that really jumped out at me. As Margaret Sanger was writing to Clarence Gamble, she mentioned her secretary. I suppose she was a secretary. She called her Miss Rose. But she was saying, and listen to this, this is very telling. She says, Miss Rose sent me a copy of your letter December 5th, and I note that you doubt it being worthwhile to employ a full-time Negro physician. It seems to me, from my experience, Margaret says, where I've been in North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas, that while the colored Negroes, that really cracked me up. I said the colored Negroes were the white Negroes. I guess I'm a colored Negro, and my brother from another mother, you viewers, did you know how to draw white Negroes?
I guess so. Good to know.
She says the colored Negroes have great respect for white doctors. They can get closer to their own members and more or less lay their cards on the table, which means their ignorance. Red flag, racism, superstitions, another red flag, and doubts. They do not do this with the white doctors. And if we can train the Negro doctor at the clinic, he can go among them with enthusiasm and with knowledge, which I believe will have far-reaching results among the colored people. And his work, in my opinion, should be entirely with the Negro profession and the nurses and the hospitals and the social workers, as well as the county's white doctors. His success will depend upon his personality. Now listen to this, viewers, and his training by who? By us, the eugenics and the racists. Now listen to this. She also goes on to say the minister's work is also important, and also he should be trained, perhaps by the Federation, as to our ideals and the goal that we hope to reach. We do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, and the minister is the man who can straighten out that idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members. Now, I know in one version that I had read previous about this, it said black ministers with social service backgrounds. Now, I don't know if that was the original or if that was an addendum that was added in to be trained by these racists and these eugenics. But in any case, viewers, this is all very telling, because one of the things that have been troubling me for years is the fact that on the one hand, my culture, Black America, are always looking for racists, white racists behind every bush. But then on the other hand, when evidence, clear documentation is put before them that the very people and the very organization that they support is doing the very thing by killing our people, and yet it seems, due to the fact that we hate racism, so we say, there's even an organization out now called Zero Tolerance. There's no end to it, but yet at the same time, we're supporting the very thing that we claim to hate. So Reverend Kraft is here with my brother from another mother and saying, black people, it's time to wake up and to confront those among us who are the real sellouts, who are selling us out not because they hate racism and want equality and justice, but because they are the true sellouts. They alone are the true Uncle Toms that are destroying our people. God bless you.
All right, thank you, Reverend Kraft. And to learn more about Camp Constitution, visit our website, campconstitution.net. On our YouTube channel, you'll see a lot of Reverend Kraft's presentations over the years. And if you want to get a copy of this letter, you can find it right online. Or get a hold of us, go to our website and ask to be contacted. We'll be happy to send you a copy. With that, God bless and have a great day.